Hispanic Heritage Month begins today. This morning we are highlighting key issues that impact this community. According to Northwestern Mutual, despite growing economic influence, Hispanic households still lag behind in wealth accumulation. Joining me now to discuss financial planning considerations unique to Hispanic and Latinx communities is financial advisor Luis Menjivar. Luis, thanks for coming in. Really appreciate your time here. This is super important. Can you tell me what's behind this lag for our friends in Hispanic households?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the Hispanic household in many ways, probably not unlike other communities, find themselves a bit in the gap.
Okay.
Right? They have a bit of an educational gap with regards to knowing what instruments to use with regards to financial planning.
Sure.
They're a bit in the resource gap in terms of they're working really hard to accumulate their resources, but deploying them appropriately is something they're not so confident around what to do.
Okay.
And they have a bit of a trust gap, right? They don't feel comfortable being able to reach out for help or assistance or guidance where they might benefit from it most.
Okay, well, I mean, people watching right now, maybe they do need some help. What are some advice, some tips that you have for people who need it?
Yeah, I think that's where a trusted advisor conversation is extremely important, because having somebody in your life that is able to uniquely understand the priorities of your family, of what you want to see happen for your future, for yourself, for your parents, for your children, and then being able to have a plan to shrink that gap and to take some actions forward to be able to make movement in that direction is incredibly important.
Absolutely. Cultural values impacting financial planning in Hispanic households as well, right? Can you dive into that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, you know, again, probably not unlike other communities, family values are extremely important,
Sure,
right?
sure.
Hard work ethic, extremely important.
Yeah.
So a lot of Hispanic families, they find themselves not just thinking about themselves and their own well-being, but they're thinking about their parents, they're thinking about their children, they're thinking about other family members who may not be in a fortunate position as they are. And so they have a lot to consider with regards to how they should segment their dollars on behalf of the ones they love and care about.
What tools or strategies you recommend for Hispanic or Latina individuals and families to consider? Is there something, I know they can talk with someone like yourself, a wealth advisor, but what tools and other strategies are there that are available to them?
Yeah, you know, I think where they work probably gives them a lot of access to thinking about retirement planning, how to take advantage of their 401k, how to think about the benefits they have available to them with regards to not just health benefits, but how to, you know, take advantage of opportunities to save for their children, to think about protection instruments with regards to their income, perhaps other protection instruments with regards to life insurance, other pieces outside of just typical emergency fund and retirement planning. It's probably a good place to start with regards to how to, you know, take advantage of the time ahead of them.
Let's talk a little bit about language and that role, the trust as far as financial advising and working with Hispanic clients.
Yeah. You know, language is such an important way to identify with a community of people, right? And so if somebody understands the nuances of where somebody, you know, how they think, how they communicate, it really gives them a sense of being known, gives them a sense of being trustworthy, you know, and being able to not just meet them where they're at, but then guide them one step at a time to move forward. And so.
Good. There's been a lot of talk with immigration and everything has been in the foresight lately. Anyone that's concerned about that as far as finances, what would you suggest to them?
Yeah, what I would say is, listen, the key piece about saving and investing is that one can never replace time.
Sure.
So as long as they find themselves here in our community, in the United States, take advantage of the instruments available to you.
Right.
You know, pick up the phone, talk to somebody you trust, being able to reach out to a financial advisor or somebody perhaps at a bank institution that you're familiar with, and begin the conversation. You know, how can I do more than simply put emergency funds aside? How can I make sure I take advantage of compound interest? Compound interest requires time for it to develop.
Protect yourselves and protect your family. Put yourself in a good spot.
That's right.
Luis, is there a way we can get in touch with you? People, is there a website we can let?
Yeah, absolutely. You can get in touch with me at luismenjivar.nm.com.
Awesome.
And we'd love to have a conversation.